What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an all-new Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4 as we are continuing our grand campaign as the French Empire. We have defeated the German Reich, we have defeated Hungary, Yugoslavia, Romania, Bulgaria, we have liberated Greece, but sadly, we did regain the Suez Canal, but we have lost Syria and we have lost Turkey. So right now we have two armored divisions. We have Charles de Gaulle up inside Romania, moving on into Bessarabia and then Ukraine. But we also have Joseph de Saint Arnaud, excuse me if I'm pronouncing that horribly wrong, but once I finally remove this incredibly small pocket of resistance, I will then go ahead, merge all of these units on up, and then, start pushing and then liberating Palestine, liberating Jordan, and then going ahead and moving on up to Syria. Now, I am a little concerned. I am actually not producing any medium tanks at all, where instead I'm producing roughly 12 modern tanks a day, and it says I'm down 196 days of production. So, potentially moving this early might be absolutely detrimental, but nevertheless, we are going to go ahead and push anyway. If we start getting, thwarted, then I will probably go ahead and just fall back. Right now, where we stand, all of our units are gaining some organization, they're gaining some preparation. It looks like we're missing some supply. Let's go ahead and add 2 more supplies to these regions. And I'm wondering if I should go ahead and make this naval base a little bit better as well. It might not even be a bad plan to build on up another infrastructure. And I'm guessing as we continue to push forward, I was absolutely correct. We have a lot of really low infrastructure areas. So, yeah, that's basically what we're going to be working on. Poland getting annihilated once again, but Sweden is finally being liberated, and it looks like Stockholm has been liberated, so that is really awesome to see. And like I said, all we're doing is waiting for some organization. I mean, heck, the longer we wait, the more tanks we're going to achieve as well. The preparation is going to be moving on up by roughly, it should be about 3% a day, but I don't see how it's going to show me that. Okay, just like that, we have finally cleansed all of southern Egypt of the Russian threat. So now our new goal, I guess, is to once again gather more planning and preparation. We're going to do something like this. And obviously, a lot of these tanks are green. They are going to be leveling up in time. But I absolutely would like more modern tanks, and I don't really know the best way to go about this. As we conquer more and more military, I mean, we've got roughly over 100 different military factories producing modern tanks, maybe even more. But, the reason why is we just started building them. The efficiency is not really there. So I believe that is something we are going to need to work on. But other than that, let's go ahead and wait until the 18th of March. The United Kingdom announces the Balkan Initiative. Most of our planning preparation is ready to go, but sadly, we are having some issues with supply, and I can't really fix these if I don't know what the issue is. But let's go ahead and start pushing. If we start getting thwarted, I think our best option is maybe to push into... well, no, let's just try it. We've got a lot of tanks, but we're about to cross a river, which is obviously very bad for us. But it looks like we have a lot of breakthrough. I don't know if we're going to have that much of an issue. But if we could conquer Bessarabia and maybe Odessa, things could be better if we, went ahead and built up a lot of infrastructure. It looks like our motorized divisions are still holding on up. We have the atomic bombing of Kanto. From who, though? Will this force Japan to surrender? But who detonated it? Well, I'm assuming it was the United States. But, Kanto, I'm assuming, is also in Japan. It just sounds like a Japanese territory. But yeah, the atomic bombing has commenced. We haven't even started our nuclear capabilities, which I don't really plan on doing so. Automated deductions have been unlocked, which now means we have better decryption. Do I really want better oil plants? Not really. Air doctrines could be incredibly useful. Let's grab the... It was 13 days. Looks like it's now down up to 42 again. But what I would like to do is get some better close air support. And every day that goes by, we are losing, wow, a significant amount of medium tanks. And our modern tanks are going the opposite direction. Well, it's 150. And, nope, it is going the right way. So what I want to do, if I could somehow take Bessarabia, we would have this really nice river and some additional supply. Let's also go ahead, and I want to start building up the Bessarabian infrastructure, but I guess, is there any type of city that we seem to have not conquered? Not that I know of. So maybe we just need more than 50% of the territory.
Attention.
Alright, we are definitely pushing the Soviets back. We are now going to also go ahead and boost up the infrastructure. Push that to the top. And what's cool is we have such a powerful economy that I don't think we really need to worry about anything for quite some time. Let's go ahead and also build up some additional civilian factories, at least while we wait. Having another 15 will mean another line of production. And obviously going to be throwing those on into Africa. Alright, we are pushing into Bessarabia, and it looks like we're pushing into Odessa. How goes the African theater? We have not activated yet, but the planning preparation isn't... Well, actually... Yeah, we haven't activated yet, so the planning preparation is going to grow. And obviously, as people keep fighting, it's going to get better and better. I would like to go ahead and automatically deploy the rest of these medium tanks. And now for the rest of the game, I am not planning on building any more tank divisions. So we'll see how well this works out. But that's the goal. We only have about 987 medium tanks left, which makes me sad. So maybe... taking Bessarabia and Bukovina, which we actually haven't conquered yet, might be a good place to stop. But I feel like we didn't really conquer all that much. We gained some dockyards and some civilian factories. Let's actually go ahead and stop. And the idea, we're going to keep our planning preparation, but I would absolutely like to take Bukovina. So we're moving in. You need to go to Bukovina as well. And we should be reaching it before the Russians. But I guess not. We have a lot of breakthrough as well. I don't know if moving another tank out might fix our problems, but who knows. Okay, so the idea, if we eventually stop pushing, we're going to have a nice river where that is going to go ahead and definitely protect us. We're going to be improving our organization, improving our supplies. I feel like we need to go ahead and boost up. What is this place called? Moldova. Yes. And, oh, not Odessa, Bessarabia. That's what we're looking for. So we're definitely doing some repairs wherever we can. I am trying my best to hold out inside Istanbul. Is it ever going to happen? I have no idea. Oh, you know what? We could actually reconquer all of this if we really wanted to, but I would like another unit. Our motorized are doing a fantastic job. I feel like we could probably go ahead and push on our southern frontier. But we are now lacking 1.9 thousand modern tanks, so in 115 days, I will probably go ahead and begin a push somewhere. I'm just a little worried because our supply isn't great. And, well, you know what? Are we outproducing the Soviet Union? 265 military factories, where they have 321, but they also have service by requirement. They've lost about 5 million manpower. So that is nice to see. We have a lot of air experience that we don't need, a lot of unread naval battles and unread convoy battles. We have 3 battleships that we will probably never use. And we are still building up wherever we can. Still improving our economy. Still building up synthetic refineries. But it looks like we're lacking chromium again. Let's grab some from Yugoslavia. And we have a lot of extra oil, so we could probably grab, you know, those civilian factories back. And I am going to have a surplus of 9, just in case. Okay, so we're improving the infrastructure. We are building on up a naval base. Our supply is improving. And it looks like we've actually taken Odessa, which I did not really want to do, but I think that's fine because we own the city. Did we lose this province? Yes, we did. Okay, a little sad about that. Albania finally being reconquered, and it's nice to see Greece not really necessarily being damaged from, you know, enemy tanks and enemy artillery. So, you know, now they can finally produce equipment and produce soldiers and tanks. I definitely want to finally end our war with the German Reich. They have lost 21 million troops. All of the Allied forces have only lost 7.5. Of course, France, which is me, obviously, we've only lost 500,000. I'm also curious, once I take away the Ukraine, I wonder how many military factories they actually have here. And, you know, I obviously do not want to invade in the winter. Istanbul, still mine. Let's go ahead and, you know, begin pushing out all of our tanks inside Sinai, pushing up into Palestine, Jordan, you name it, we're eventually going to push on through. I might even begin improving the infrastructure of Syria, and also building up a nice naval base as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm very terrified that we're going to run out of medium tanks. And you know what we could do? This is really dumb, but we are going to switch these over to light tanks because we have such an excess. So now, once again, we have medium tanks, and we are now out of light tanks, but we've had them since 1936, so it is going to be nice to finally get them used. Okay, Sinai is now ours. Let's keep pushing to the best of our ability, and it looks like we are now a Panzer leader, giving a little bit more speed and armor division attack. Very, very awesome. Are we having any issues up here in the north? I know all of our light tanks are going to get annihilated, which is to be expected, but still waiting on a lot of modern tanks. In fact, maybe even too many. Can we go ahead, start building up all of these civilian factories? And I feel like we should also go ahead, auto-deploy what cavalry divisions we can, and let's also throw those in to all of our new territories. 1, 2, 3, yep, you name it, we are going to protect it. Eventually, well, Syria doesn't need to be protected. Yep, this is where we stand. It says that we need 42, we only have 38. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to go ahead and add additional cavalry, only because I have so much manpower, I really have nothing to do with it. So the idea is now the suppression is significantly better. And wow, even in places like Italy, still dealing with some issues with lack of suppression. Okay, I absolutely... What is this? This looks like a close air support bomber. Which it is, so now, not only can we build a better one, but we are going to be improving the range, reliability, and a lot more speed and agility. We're not necessarily producing the most, but that is absolutely fine. We now are in 1945, which is nothing that we can research. I don't really want to improve our mountaineers. I absolutely want to go ahead and get engineering companies. So now we have better attack and defense inside cities, so that'll be awesome. And new goal, once again, reconquer Syria. Let's go ahead and gain some planning preparation. And then, like I said, once I own Syria, I'll probably obviously go ahead, build up a lot of infrastructure, and go ahead and build up a better naval base. Okay, how is our modern tank production? It says we're losing a lot more than we are building, which is dangerous. Is our mechanized above ground? No. And wow, we're lacking a lot of infantry equipment. So we might need to start producing more. But we are still focusing on our civilian factories. And the reason why I guess we lost all our infantry equipment is because we added a lot of cavalry divisions on down. So that was most likely it. Let's grab another signal company for more initiative. And then in 9 days, we will go ahead and grab a logistics company. Okay, planning preparation is being worked on. Let's just go ahead and activate because I would like to reconquer all of Syria, finally build that infrastructure up, and just hold the line. I am really hoping that Iraq... Ooh, Iraq is a puppet of the Soviet Union. I really did not know that. This is not good. Not good at all. But if I could somehow take Syria, I could definitely get a lot of infrastructure.
Écoutez.
Can I keep pushing you all the way to the front? Still waiting on a lot of modern tanks. I believe the Soviets are losing a lot of manpower, which is absolutely true. They have total mobilization, which they've lost a lot of recruitable population, but because they're playing as the Soviet Union, I don't think that necessarily matters. Alright, conquering a bunch of territory. It'd be cool if Saudi Arabia joined the Allies. I would gladly give them pieces of Iraq. And maybe even, well, I don't know if the United Kingdom would ever give them, like, some of these areas, like Abu Dhabi. Which I think technically the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Qatar. Okay, just like that, we finally have taken Lebanon. So I am going to go ahead and improve the infrastructure when I can. Okay, Lebanon is now mine. I do want to build up a better naval base and better infrastructure. I'll throw both of those up to the top. And it looks like we also have a massive airfield. Another research opportunity. Let's get logistics companies. And definitely fighting in a lot of mountainous territories. So a lot of these light tanks are going to get annihilated. It says we're losing 116 a day, which I absolutely don't believe. But our medium tanks are falling as well. And I'm willing to bet that as we continue moving, those light tanks will break down.
Attention.
Can I continue pushing? You're going to go there. You're going to go there. You two are going to go here. Finally, reconquering Damascus. Modern Blitzkrieg has been unlocked. Very happy about that. I'm looking around. I suppose we can improve our anti-tank. It's really not necessary at all, to be honest. Don't really need tactical bombers. We probably could start working on better radar dishes, etc., etc. For the time being, better military police would give us better suppression. And then we could probably also exercise all these units, but I don't know if that's necessarily required. But all of our suppression will definitely yield higher results. Alright, reconquering Damascus. I do want to go ahead and throw on 2 additional infrastructure. Building up the roads, building up the bridges. And I would like to take the city of Aleppo. I don't really want to fight Iraq, but I guess that's what we're going to have to do. Okay, I see Ukraine. They are throwing everything they've got at us. How many days until we have full modern tanks? 64. But in reality, all of these light tanks are probably going to be modern tanks as well. So probably about 150 days, which makes me a little sad. Okay. We are improving Damascus, improving Lebanon, working on Aleppo, and then eventually Deir Azur.
Bougez-vous.
Pushing on into the mountains. And it looks like we've actually taken a small piece of Iraq. I don't know how necessary that was. And it looks like it is extremely hot. We are taking 20% attrition. Wow. If the controller is at war, I am sad about that.
Écoutez.
So I wonder if we're going to lose a lot of manpower, which we obviously will. And you know what? Can we do an encirclement?
Gardez vos distances.
If we could do an encirclement, this would be absolutely amazing.
Continuez l'attaque.
So you two come here. You know, removing 14 divisions would be phenomenal.
Pareil.
Alright, we are moving in. And it looks like there are now 10 units here, which is sad. But I guess that's what has to happen. Okay, I want to take Aleppo.
Écoutez.
So you're going to go here, you're going to go there, you're going to go there, and you are going to go there. And Aleppo should fall. We could then improve the infrastructure. But the Suez, Sinai, all of these areas now once again belong to the United Kingdom. So their infrastructure is now going to be improving. Their economy is going to be improving. I guess we're going to have to take Baghdad, which I absolutely did not want to have to do. But it probably won't be all that difficult now that we have infrastructure and some better ports. We have a level 3 port, still waiting for our level 4 port. Let's look at our supply. It's not really all that bad, but it could be significantly better.
Aux ordres. Aux ordres.
Okay, pushing everybody out of Syria. It's going to be really nice when we can reconquer Turkey. But it looks like the Soviets are actually trying to outflank us, which I hope does not happen. How is our modern tank production? Down to roughly 52 days. So hopefully by September 1st, we are going to be good to go.
Écoutez.
And moving our units on up, moving our units on over.
Aux ordres.
Where can I build additional infrastructure? I would like 5 infrastructure everywhere.
Écoutez.
And it looks like I also can build inside Syria now, which is pretty cool. Okay, reconquering what was ours. There's so many units everywhere. I'm happy that this is working in our favor, but I feel like it's not. Oh, you know what a really good idea would be? Rather than our Marines not doing anything, let's go ahead and throw them on into Istanbul, so then we know it'll never get conquered. And then we probably could send them into Crimea. I was thinking about it earlier, but I feel like there are too many open spaces. We would get flanked fairly easily. But the Soviet Union definitely not holding up as much as previously. And obviously getting more infrastructure is going to be significantly better, because then our units can not only gain more supply, but they can move through this area faster and more efficiently. It'd be cool if everything wasn't shot to bits as well. Okay, taking more territory. Let's take these guys in half. 2 will go there. 1 will go here. And it looks like we've almost conquered all of Baghdad and all of Iraq. All we got to do is flank around. I highly doubt that anything Iraq has will be sufficient enough to take out our modern and mechanized vehicles. We have a lot of motorized divisions, and we are building a lot more mechanized. But we still need a lot more modern tanks. I would even dare to say about 3,000 more, and we're only building about 23 a day, so that is about 100 days. Okay, you're going to go here. You are going to go here. You are going to go there. You can go there. You can go there. Actually, both of these units can go here. Both of you can go there. Can we build any more infrastructure? Yes, we can. Let's improve this to the best of our ability. And at least Lebanon and Damascus have had their infrastructure improved. And surprisingly enough, everything's going through Alexandria rather than Lebanon. But that is absolutely fine, I suppose. So we're finally down 1.3 thousand light tanks, and I believe we had 1.7 in total. So those will get destroyed, which is fine. Bessarabia is still mine. Bukovina is still the only province that we've actually lost. The Iranian Communist Authority. It sounds so... what's the word I'm looking for? So official. You're going to go here. You're going to go there. And number 50 going down. One unit will try to flank across the river, while the other will assist in taking this territory. Both of you push across if possible, while the rest of you just sit back and, repair the infrastructure. Can we build up Mosul? That's the next question. Yes, we can, but I don't know if we need to, because there's already 5 infrastructure in the area. But, I guess Iraq is about to fall. We're going to take a lot of oil. That, only about 30 barrels. Not necessarily nearly as much as Iran, or, oh my goodness, what is this called? Do not tell me. This is bad. Obviously, Armenia is right here. Azerbaijan. I wanted to say, like, Turkmenistan, but obviously that's way over here. So anyway, we are still waiting for our modern tanks. I said the time of the 1st of August, so I'm hoping that is when we're going to be ready to go. But obviously, we still need a lot more modern tanks. All of our light tanks are getting blown to bits, and all of our Marines have... You know what? We probably could dig in across the area here. It's not like we're ever going to lose it. But I would love to dig in these mountains. And this port. Okay, if I could take Kuwait, that would be phenomenal. Let's go here. We're pushing into Baghdad, but not seeing any success. We have a research slot available. Let's go ahead and get rocket engines. And sadly enough, I guess I do have to end this episode as well. I hope I don't lose this tank, because it looks like we're out of organization. And we're probably out of supply. But if I could take Kuwait, I will probably end this episode. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you all have an awesome day. I will see you in our next adventure.